Coming up on Torrance Today. Residential burglaries are on the rise and police need your help to catch the suspects. Coyotes continue to get spotted across our city. We'll share timely reminders to keep your family safe. And the annual Greater LA Homeless Count takes place soon and community members can help make a difference. All this and more coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Christine Lee. It's 4 p.m. on Tuesday, January 10th. I hope you're having a great day so far. Thank you so much for joining us. Here's our first story. A string of burglaries in one Torrance neighborhood has police investigating and asking the public to stay alert. Last Monday, police responded to a report of a residential burglary at the Marble Estates near Crenshaw and Sepulveda Boulevards. Police say it's unusual to have a report of a burglary taking place at night, and the following day they found out a couple more burglaries took place in the same area near the 22600 block of Greenwood Avenue. Police are actively investigating these crimes and asking the community to be vigilant.
We've talked about see something, say something since 9/11. That was the big part. 2.0 of that is if you hear something, say something, because a lot of times with these events, people will hear about people, maybe suspects, make certain comments, but they're not telling anybody. They're not getting anybody involved. And then when the investigation starts coming together, you realize there was a whole lot of people that had different pieces of information and none of them were talking to each other, and neither did they reach out to the police departments with that information. And so really the communication part is going to be a big factor, and that's what we're trying to do.
Here are some more tips from police. Criminals often knock on doors to see if anyone is home. So if you are home, be aware of who is approaching your or your neighbor's residence and take note of their description, such as their approximate age, height, gender, race, weight, and what they're wearing. If possible, take note of their vehicle descriptions and where they're driving from or towards. All of this information can help police, and you can call them at 310-328-3456 during non-emergencies and 911 if you're caught in a more urgent situation. President Joe Biden declared a state of emergency for California this week due to the severe winter storms. Extreme downpours, flash flooding, and high winds cut power for hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses across the state and even killed at least 16 people over the past week and a half. President Biden ordered federal assistance to supplement state, tribal, and local response efforts due to the emergency conditions. Here in Torrance, we've seen several inches of rain last week with more precipitation over the past couple of days. Weather forecasters predict drier conditions for the rest of the week here locally, with more rain returning on Saturday. Coyote sightings continue throughout the city with a total of 6 new cases over the most recent reporting period. 2 possums were also killed by the coyotes last week, another reminder to take proactive measures to keep ourselves, our children, and our pets safe.
These tips can help keep you and our wild coyote neighbors safe. Never feed coyotes. This means keep pet food inside. Secure trash cans and pick up fruit that has fallen from your fruit tree. Keep your dog on a leash at all times. Keep small pets like cats and small dogs indoors. Because of years of close contact, many coyotes have lost their fear of humans. If you run into a coyote, the best response is to haze them. Stand tall and make yourself look big by waving your arms. Yell at the coyote, spray water, or throw objects at them. Keep constant eye contact while you haze and never run from a coyote.
And let people know, especially neighbors, when you're out on a walk. My neighbors and I usually let each other know so we can avoid certain areas if there was a recent sighting. And as always, call the city's 24-hour coyote hotline if you see a coyote. That number is 310-618-3000. 3898. More than 69,000 people were estimated to have experienced homelessness last year in LA County. That's a 4.1% increase from 2020. The annual Greater LA homeless count takes place over 3 days and 3 nights this month, and Torrance will take part once again. For the past few years, our city has served as a deployment site and partners with the LA Homeless Services Authority, local municipalities, law enforcement, and community members. This year, the count takes place on Wednesday, January 25th at the Ken Miller Recreation Center. The homeless population and the data are collected and help organizations advocate for the unhoused and allocate resources needed to help everyone experiencing homelessness. You don't need any prior experience to volunteer, and volunteers are limited to 3 members per team. Those under the age of 18 must volunteer with a parent or guardian. To sign up, just go to theycountwillyou.org/volunteer. The Salvation Army of Torrance says a big thank you to our community for bringing joy to so many children over the holidays. The city adopted 200 angels this past Christmas season, providing the less fortunate girls and boys ages 0 to 12 with gifts purchased uniquely for them. The organization received books, clothing, electronics, and toys for a total of more than 1,000 kids from the South Bay community. Organizers say the past few years have been unpredictable for many people, especially those who live below the poverty line, are experiencing homelessness, and are working multiple jobs to make ends meet. They add that those who register to receive Christmas gifts have to make the troubling decision of buying Christmas presents or using that money to pay for food, pharmacy prescriptions, rent, school fees, or other bills. The Salvation Army of Torrance also received a lot of support through its Red Kettle program this year. The campaign ended on Christmas Eve, raising a total of $70,700 to serve our area throughout 2023. A new partnership is helping people with disabilities find new jobs at the LA International Airport. The South Bay Workforce Investment Board partnered with the California Department of Rehabilitation to provide paid work experience jobs for up to 100 individuals who qualify. The $1.1 million contract trains the participants through a collaboration with the airport's Hospitality Eye Care Support Program. Eye Care stands for informative, courteous, approachable, responsive, and efficient, and its crews provide vital guest assistance to national and international travelers throughout LAX. They also supplement the airport staff during emergencies and irregular operations by helping with crowd control and informational needs. The South Bay Workforce Investment Board has supported the airport's diversity, equity, and including hiring practices for local residents for several years. It will provide eligible individuals with blueprint for workplace success work readiness training before getting them placed at their new jobs. The Torrance City Council meets tonight for the first time in 2023 to conduct city business. A proclamation will be read declaring January 2023 as Torrance Serves Service Leader Celebration Month. Also on the agenda, Mayor George Chen will recognize the officers who were working at the Marine Corps Recruiting Command Office at the Del Amo Fashion Center when they helped Torrance police apprehend a couple of suspects who were attempting to burglarize a jewelry store. And council members are expected to accept and appropriate a $10,000 donation from the Torrance Refining Company, LLC, for the Community Emergency Response Team. Firefighters still have spots for volunteers to sign up for its upcoming SIR training, which takes place starting Friday, January 20th. The 3-day course teaches participants about what to do before, during, and after an area-wide emergency. Those who sign up will also receive a backpack filled with emergency supplies, courtesy of the Torrance Refining Company. To sign up, go to torranceca.gov/class class registration. The public is invited to the council chambers tonight at 6:30 p.m. at 3031 Torrance Boulevard. Virtual participation continues to be an option. You can send an email before the meeting to councilmeetingpubliccomment@torranceca.gov. You can watch the meeting live on our website, YouTube, and of course right here on Torrance City Cable. And still ahead, it's Take Care Tuesday. Do you know someone who is turning 100 years old? We'll show you how we can celebrate them together when we come back in 60 seconds.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the-right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
At the end of every episode of Torrance Today, we want to share a positive story that fits the theme for the day. On this Take Care Tuesday, we want to celebrate all those in Torrance who turn 100 years old or older. Here's one centenarian I met last year.
As you get older, you realize that the most important things are your family and your friends. And whatever you can do to bring a little bit of joy to someone else makes you all the much happier and gives you peace.
On June 17th, Bridget Witherich helped her 100-year-old neighbor Bob Lytle celebrate his birthday in style.
The fire engines came by and drove by and took me for a ride in it. I felt like a little kid looking out the window. Hello, everybody.
We do a lot of drive-bys for younger kids, but Bob acted like a young kid with the way he jumped up and down when he saw us. So it was basically like going to a kid's birthday party at that point.
Captain Stefan Vieira and his crew gave Bob a ride around his neighborhood, stuck around for cake and coffee, and even left Bob with a parting gift, a Torrance Fire Department baseball cap. Captain Vieira says the centennial celebration gave him a welcome break from his usual routine.
It's nice to see the citizens when it's for something fun like a birthday party compared to an emergency where somebody is hurt or somebody needs our assistance.
Do you have a family member or a friend who lives in Torrance and will be celebrating this big milestone this year? If they're turning 100 or older, please let us know. The city would like to honor your loved one's wealth of experience and longevity through its centenarian program. It's made possible through the city's Recreation Division and Commission on Aging. You can fill out an application at torranceca.gov/centenarian program at least 2 months before the big birthday, and your loved one will receive a special certificate and a centenarian coin from the city. Well, that's our show for today. Let us know if you have a positive story to tell by emailing us at torrancetoday@torranceca.gov. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a great day.